Hey everybody, and welcome to another Premodern Magic Online match. I'm Michael Hoyp. Today I'll be playing my friend Lester, but first I'm going to talk about the deck I will be playing, and as you can see is Survival Elves. So this list has been increasing in popularity and some people have been tweaking it. I believe this is the list that Jens Jaeger played in the Easter Championship. I'm just going to briefly go over the deck and a little bit about it. So the main card is Survival the Fittest. This allows you to get this toolbox of creatures and get certain cards when you need them. There's one Squee that allows you to recur and get advantage, pretty common with Survival. The Elves package, I'll go over Mana Elves with Fyndhorn Elves and Llanowar Elves. Quirion Ranger is a way to untap creatures, and there's some cool synergies with this deck I'll go over a little bit. Wirewood Symbiote also has a similar synergy. It returns an elf to untap a creature. This one is particularly good with the Multani's Acolyte, which can draw you a bunch of cards. Priest of Titania is a really good mana engine if you have a board presence, especially with these ways to untap it. There's one Wellwisher where you can gain some life. Tangle Wire is a card that can be pretty powerful, especially if you're just on the play and just go turn 1 Llanowar Elves or Fyndhorn Elves, turn 2 Tangle Wire. You can get a lot of time and disrupt your opponent and maybe get a few activations of Survival in certain situations or slow down the game a little bit. Collar the Claw is a protection against wrath and stuff. Yavimaya Granger is an elf that can get a mountain, which is important because of anger. So this is in the graveyard, gives all your creatures haste, which is a nice way to get some explosive turns. There's a copy of Masticore that for some board control. Nantuko Vigilante is a creature that has a naturalized effect when you morph it up. There's 2 copies of Deranged Hermit, which is one of your haymakers. If you have a bunch of mana, it can be really powerful. Also, you can return this as it's an elf with Wirewood Symbiote to cast it a couple times. And then Kamahl Fist of Krosa is if you have a lot of extra mana, you can use this overrun to finish out the game. There are 4 copies of Gaea's Cradle, which you do have a lot of creatures in the deck, so that's a way to make a lot of mana. Their sideboard torments crypt against graveyard decks. Spore Frog plus Genesis can be a lock against some creature decks. 2 copies of Null Rod, 3 of Naturalize against artifacts and enchantments, 2 copies of Goblin Sharpshooter, so this is against other decks, creature decks primarily, and it is really cool with Quirion Ranger that you can untap it. Extra copy of Collar the Claw, Uktabi Orangutan to get artifacts. Elvish Champion can help you against Engineered Plague and the like. Another copy against of Masticore when it's good in certain matchups. So that's kind of just a brief overview. I guess Genesis is a way to kind of grind out advantage, but it's also very good with the Spore Frog. So that's the basis of the deck. Let's jump into the games and see how it performs. Okay, so we're starting things off where we get to be on the play. And this hand, the perks that it does have is a turn 2 Tangle Wire, so that definitely can buy me a lot of time. And then it has Multani's Acolyte, but it doesn't have a way to return it and recur it, which is usually what I'm looking for. But I think this hand is okay enough to keep with the turn 2 Tangle Wire to buy me some time, so I'm gonna try this. Play. Alright, we'll lead off with our Llanowar Elves. We'll see if we can figure out what our opponent is doing. I have to imagine that this Tangle Wire is going to buy us a decent amount of time. I'm really looking for... I mean, Survival would be the first card I think that I would want to draw. But beyond that, I think there are plenty other things that would be decent. Alright, well... I'm going to play this Tangle Wire, so... The next turn, I'm going to have 3 permanents to tap. One will be Tangle Wire. Yeah, I might not be playing something for a few turns, but I think slowing our opponent down is what we need to do. Obviously, it's looking like our opponent is playing goblins. Turn 1 Goblin Lackey. Pretty telling. So we've at least stifled the goblins draw with the lackey, so we will deck this, so I need to tap on this permanent. Make sure I don't screw those up, because I've definitely done that before. Alright, we'll tap 1, 2, and 3. Okay, Quirion Ranger is really great. It's really good with when Tangle Wire is in play, because especially when I have a Llanowar Elf. So we'll untap and return a forest. Now I have 2 mana, and so now I can play any of these 2 drops. I think Survival of the Fittest is what I want. I do have the option to use this Quirion Ranger on my opponent's turn to untap the Llanowar Elf, but I think it's better not to set myself back on mana. I think I'll get some activations out of the survival. Okay. But he's floating 2 mana. I don't know if he'll be using. Okay, he is cycling a Gem Palm Incinerator. So he's targeting the Quirion Ranger. Let's see here. I'm trying to think if I want to use. I guess I will untap this. I guess I have 1 less permanent than when Tangle Wire, but I'll have a forest to play untapped. So okay, so this cycle he'll deal damage to that. Going to discard the Wellwisher, I think. And well, I guess I'll discard Anger. Yeah, I'm thinking I need to discard a green creature. Yeah, I'll definitely discard Anger first. I get Squee. I think that's the best route right here. To get some value. Look at this Squee. I guess I needed to use it again to get the value. So, all right, I will tap down 2 permanents. Do another Quirion Ranger. That's pretty good. So he's gonna have to tap down 2. So he will be able to attack with the Lackey. I'm going to play the Ranger and get already played a forest, so I can get 2 mana from this. I guess I'll play the Acolyte. The only issue then is I'm not discarding Squee, but I kind of want to put a creature that gets in the way of Lackey. I'm gonna use the Acolyte. Okay, Wirewood Symbiote is really good with the Acolyte, but I probably either blocking or not paying the Echo, so in the future maybe that's something that I can consider. Oh, he did tap a Lackey. Interesting. Okay. I mean, I guess he knows if he has no way of getting rid of the Acolyte, he knows I would just trade it, so could be like a Goblin War Chief. He's tapping 3 mana. Could be a Sharpshooter too, that would also have War Chief. Okay. And I guess I have the option of returning this forest to untap the Llanowar Elves so that I could use Squee this turn. So if I were to do that, I'm trying to think how much mana I need. I'm gonna do it. Not sure exactly what I'm going to be getting. If I already had haste, I think Priest of Titania would probably be the card I would want to get. I think I still might want Priest. I think I'll try that to get a bunch of mana. Lots of triggers on the stack. All right. Put the fading down on one, tap the Tangle Wire, get back Squee. I can't pay for Echo now, so. Right. Another Acolyte, okay. So 1, 2. Well, I'm trying to think what's the best way if I can get more than 2 mana this turn. So if I mean, I could play like the Symbiote and then return the Quirion Ranger and then get the Priest in play. I don't know if that's really beneficial or if it's just better to play the Priest. So we'll just play the Priest. Okay, so I guess I'm kind of opening up an opportunity for a opponent. Like if they had Sharpshooter, obviously that'd be awful. But kind of giving him a turn to do stuff. But if I get to untap, I'm trying to think. I guess the worst thing I can, or like the most powerful thing I can do against goblins, I guess would say would be like a Masticore with a bunch of mana. I need to get maybe a few more elves in play for the priest to be super effective. This, to note, is not an elf; it is an insect, so it's not gonna count when I use my Priest of Titania. But if I'm just looking at mana next turn, another War Chief. Depends on what. Oh goodness. Oh man, I'm trying to think if I want to return to forest to untap the Llanowar Elf before all my stuff dies. Then I wouldn't have any lands in play. Goodness. I'm trying to think how I get out of this situation. I don't think there are many good ones. I don't have access to Call or the Claw mana right now. I would need 4 mana to pitch and search. Don't think there's really anything I can do here. Do I want to? Yeah, I think I just kind of have to take my medicine. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like returning that forest that one turn set me back that yeah, not great. I'll lose my board. He'll get in for 5, connect with a lackey. So see what comes out of this lackey trigger. But I don't think there's much I can do from this position. Sieging Commander, it's not good for me. Well, a Deranged Hermit. Guess I'll look. I can't imagine that there's anything that I am getting for 1 mana that would do anything against this board. Alright, I'm just gonna get a card. And he's got this one. Okay, so we'll move on to game 2. Alright, we're back for game 2. I'm on the play. Let's see what we're looking at. Yeah, I mean this hand's a little bit mana heavy, but it's got a survival. And I think that's what I want to ask for. So I'll keep. Maybe I should be fetching in my deck. I will want access to, I guess, 1 mountain for the potential of anger to give all my creatures haste. Might get okay, Mog Fanatic here. Alright. This exchange isn't so bad given my hand. Yeah, I just want to draw a few more creatures. So I think in general the Wirewood Symbiote is more important than the Llanowar Elf. So I think I'm just gonna go survival. As compared to like trying to go Llanowar Elves this turn and then survival and activate the next. Oh. Play survival. What do I want to try and get next turn? Tinker. Okay. Not so bad. Okay. I think I still want green mana with this one. So I'm gonna take a look at my deck. Try and get an idea of what I want to get. I mean, it just might be Squee for the first one, probably. Since I can activate a couple. I guess I'll get, yeah. So I'm gonna get Llanowar in play. And now I can either play the symbiote or I could try and plan for 2 activations. I guess I'm gonna activate twice since I'm getting Squee. Alright, so if I'm gonna get Squee first, then discard that, what do I want to get? I'll have to look. I don't know what the default is. I mean, I kind of want to get Multani's Acolyte, just so I can start that with the Wirewood Symbiote. But I guess it's pretty vulnerable to like a lot of the things my opponent could do with all the Mug Fanatics and Gem-Palm Incinerators and Goblin Sharpshooters. Right, here we have... I mean, this... I'm not too upset about this. It definitely is like slowing me down, but it could be a lot worse. Got a Wasteland, that one's not going to be doing that much. We get... I don't want to get Anger. What else could I get? If I get Anger, it just opens up a lot of opportunities, and I can get a Mountain next turn. Though I'm trying to think if it actually, if I need like 4 green mana. I think I do. I'm gonna get the Anger. Okay. Upkeep, I'll get Squee back. Okay. Squee comes back. I draw Multani's Acolyte. Okay, that's nice. So what do I want to do here? I think I'm inclined to just play Multani's Acolyte and then play Wirewood Symbiote. I don't know if I need to fetch the Mountain right now, because I might want to use it for green. Like, so I'm gonna draw a card with Multani's Acolyte, and then I have the Wirewood Symbiote, and then see what I'm drawing. Yavimaya Granger. So this could get a Mountain too. So, but I also could just discard this. I'm going to play the Wirewood Symbiote. Those Foothills. I think. Well, I'm not gonna like attack for 2, so I can at least decide at the end of his turn if whether I want to get a forest or a mountain. Gem-Palm Incinerator. Symbiote. I will return. Untap this. Turn it on. Okay. What's the best way to get ahead from this board? I mean, his board situation isn't that great, but if he gets stuff like Staging Commander down next turn, it will be problematic. What do I need to do? think I'm gonna get green mana here. Okay, so what do we need to get? I mean, nothing is like particularly powerful, so I think I just get another Wirewood Symbiote. Like, nothing's like super heavy hitting in this spot. So I guess I'll get the Symbiote. I just kind of worry, like, I can spend these few turns kind of like grinding and building up like a slight advantage, but if he's building a good board presence, then I might be in trouble. So this does put it into play tapped. Okay. Draw a card first. Ice Cradle's very good. Okay, so if I have Symbiote, access to 2 mana, I'm just gonna play an Acolyte. Okay, so here my decision is if I want to return a Acolyte right now, and then one later on his turn. I think I'm going to. I guess maybe it's like not necessarily right to do is like here I just like cycled an Acolyte, but I have a survival in play and like a Squee. I mean, if I'm just drawing like a random card, I guess if I want land, then that makes sense. But otherwise, like there's like any particular creature I want, I should just be getting with survival. But I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed to be getting in this yet. I know if I get like a ton of mana that I can get like a Masticore, but I kind of got to pick a spot here with this Goblin Tinker. Definitely would block with this Acolyte. I don't know if I would let these two trade. I guess I forgot with the Wasteland that I would only get one activation on this, but okay. See what he's attacking with. I think I'm okay with just trading a creature. So I will get rid of. If I had the Cradle, I'd be more inclined to get rid of the Tinker, because I think Masticore would be more effective there. Um, Here I think I'm just going to trade with the Ring. Got 5 cards in his hand still. What did he reveal with this? Okay, just a pile driver. I didn't even pay attention. He's got a pile driver in here. End step. Uses survival. Alright, how do I want to take advantage of this? I mean, if I get Priest of Titania and a number of elves, and they have haste, then that's really effective. I think I'm gonna go for a Priest. So if I paid 3 mana, I could put Yavimaya Granger to get a mountain, but then I don't have 2 mana to make a Priest. Alright, now I do, so play this. I think what I want to do. I guess the anger isn't in the graveyard yet. Maybe I just want to put some cheap elves into play. Try that. Put some. We'll try for this. So okay, so if I get a Granger, I guess no, because I thought I had an extra mana to play the Fyndhorn and discard that anger. So that, I think that was wrong. I think I could have just played like Priest and Find. Here I will play. I guess I'm kind of priced into doing this. Yeah, I do not like the way I played this turn, that's for sure, but I still think we're in reasonable shape. I mean, I guess the danger is Sharpshooter, I guess, is the card I'm worried about. I will not use this right now because I can potentially, it'll prevent him from attacking again. Alright, so this next turn is where I can hopefully do some damage. I think I'll want to be getting more Wirewood Symbiotes to get a bunch more mana with untap more Priest of Titanias. I guess I could get a Quirion Ranger. I think a Quirion Ranger is what I need because I have a bunch of force in play and I don't really want to return the elves. This one's fine to return right now. I don't plan on paying the Echo. We got Lester, Goblin King. Okay. Looks like he will be able to attack with his Goblin Tinker. Pile Driver that we saw. Yes, it is Pile Driver. One. He attacks, I'm going to block and return it. Okay. Lester does not attack. Alright. Step this by returning this. Okay. How explosive of a turn can we have? That's what it comes down to. Discard Anger. Get a Quirion Ranger. Play Priest. Quirion Ranger is effectively free. So this is 3 mana, because again, this is not an elf. Choice of playing a Multani's Acolyte. What do we want to do here? I think I do want another elf in play. I'm using this twice on this turn, and it kind of breaks even anyways. Tangle Wire. Not that bad. I don't know if it... So it might be something I could do. Alright, return a forest. Oh. Tap this for 4 mana. I get... Well, Deranged Hermit's 1 elf and a bunch of squirrels. Here. I mean, I guess it would just be I could just get more Quirion Rangers. Probably just like shoot down his whole board. I guess he still has Goblin Tinkerer up. But if I were to deal, like I probably could shoot Goblin King twice and Pile Driver twice. I just need like 8 mana. I guess if I just need like 10 extra mana with Masticore, I guess that's what I'm gonna try and do. I think I'll be able to do that this turn, which is kind of ridiculous to say, but let's see if I can do this. Well, add this one here. Seven. Ranger. So I should have enough. Okay. This for 11. All right. Troublesome. Yeah, I guess I even have this is still regenerate, so and I still have it untapped with Wirewood Symbiote as well. Alright. That's enough. The Masticore, even through this Goblin Tinker, was not enough, so let's take a look at the sideboard. Okay. Well, we get to board more goblins against the goblin deck. I think the sharpshooters seem really good. Collar the Claw is a card that could be okay. Elvish Champion would be like maybe a possibility. Masticore. So the thing is kind of like, I don't know if you need the second one. Like you, maybe there are times that you could just like naturally draw it and have like a Priest of Titania. I'm gonna take out this Wellwisher. I don't think that's where I want to be. Like the Goblin deck doesn't have burn. It is an aggressive deck, but it's just gonna swarm the board, and the 1/1 I don't think is that good. So I don't think I need this Nantuko Vigilante. I don't think there's any artifacts or enchantments I'm worried about out of the Goblin deck. So we'll put the 2 sharpshooters in right now. I mean, we have a lot of tools. I don't know if like the sideboard. I think we probably want to bring this other Masticore. Maybe this Kamahl is not necessary. Like, I think Masticore maybe is just better than Kamahl most of the time. I mean, you do have a cute interaction of Goblin Sharpshooter and Kamahl. You can turn their lands into 1/1s and then shoot them down, but I'm gonna take out because I think there's like, I mean, this is obviously good. Like, if you just have a ton of mana, you can just overrun your team. But I think just getting Masticore and shooting down his team would probably be enough. And I mean, the champion is like protection against a sharpshooter, but I don't know. I feel like if I'm able to do that, then I'm like already kind of winning. Maybe I'm wrong on that front, but Genesis is also an option that like he might be killing some of my creatures, but most of the ones that he would kill have multiple copies of. So I'm just gonna try this. We'll see how it goes. We're back for game 3. This has a turn 2 sharpshooter. Well, it wouldn't have haste. I guess the only like issue is it's likely to. I guess the Fyndhorn Elves is likely to get Monk Fanatic or Jump Home Incinerated, so maybe the way is gonna be clear for him. All right. See, okay, there's a lackey. So I will play. I mean, which goblin do I want to lose, or what? Not goblin. Which 1-drop am I more willing to lose? I think I kind of need to put the symbiote here, as much as it pains me to do. I mean, the symbiote's. I guess yeah, I don't know, but I think I'd rather trade off the symbiote than. All right. Well, no Mog Fanatic, so I guess that's a good sign. Oh, there's another lackey. And a Goblin Vandal. Alright, so I think I just go Fyndhorn Elves, Gaia's Cradle, Quirion Ranger. So now the question is, what do I want to block with, if anything? I think I want to block this Goblin Lackey still. Goblin Ringleader. Yes. Yeah. See what he flipped over. Mountain, Wasteland, Mountain, and a Sharpshooter of his own. I'm definitely going to want to play my Sharpshooter. Hopefully he doesn't have a way to remove mine or give it haste. So I need to block the Lackey, that's for sure. I think I'm going to block with a Quirion Ranger. Even though the Quirion Ranger is like got a cute interaction with the Goblin Sharpshooter. So I still would have enough mana play. I guess I'll block with the Fyndhorn Elves. Quirion Ranger. Okay, so I can play that and then play Mountain. Alright. Well, I guess. Well, I mean, if he has exactly like War Chief and then Sharpshooter, it's bad, but he didn't have War Chief earlier, so I'll put my eggs in this basket, I guess. Take that Goblin deck. Sharpshooter my own. Hopefully this can get there. Do I want to attack? I guess. Alright. See if the turn 3 Sharpshooter is better than his turn 4 Sharpshooter. I guess in this spot he probably just waits to draw a way to remove Sharpshooter. Alright, I'm not going to block. Blow up my artifact if you want. Surprised he didn't find a card that he liked better to bring. Take that out, but. Alright. I have to imagine that he doesn't really have. That doesn't make sense. I'm going to shoot down all his guys. Yeah, that. I don't like that play. Alright. Wait. In terms of mana, yeah, 1, 2, 3, and another Cradle. I have 6. But I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'd have 5 more. That doesn't really matter. I start shooting things down. I mean, I guess maybe I want to play both of the forests so I can use both activations to kill his Sea King and his Ringleader. Put one on here. So for forest down. So we need to get rid of the Ringleader. I think I'd rather just put like a Deranged Hermit and a Granger into play. Because I still have the option. So it's whether I want to lose my Cradle. I think I'll just play the forest and then I can just wait. And so like if there's some weird scenario, I can just always return the forest, and I have 2 activations of my sharpshooter, so this seems pretty good. I'm surprised this guy has stayed alive, so that's very, very good for me. Log Fanatic. Okay. Can't really just like... Alright, so he's gonna lose his... Oh no, oh, I didn't want to auto yield. Oh goodness. I... Alright, I missed... missed a point there. I'll shoot this guy down. Alright. So now he'll probably play his own sharpshooter. I'll pay for Echo. Alright. Draw a symbiote. That's actually pretty interesting because, like, I guess he would just shoot the symbiote first. I would say I'd be able to return an elf. So if I attack with everything, 1, 2, this is 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, so he's obligated to block. So I'll just maybe I want to keep around the Deranged Hermit. Keep my squirrels 2/2s. This 8, so he still has to block. Yeah, I'll do it like this. I guess I can play symbiote and then play another guy's cradle. I guess I can't do that because I have to either play the forest or the cradle. Well, I'd be able to, yeah, play the cradle and then do both. Okay. Untap is... All right. Looks like we got game 3, so we'll be going into game 4, another sideboard game, to see if we can take down the match. Okay, so the way we sideboarded, we took out Kamahl, got Nantuko Vigilante, we took out a Wellwisher, we brought in a Masticore and 2 sharpshooters. I think I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, we'll run that back. See how it goes. Alright, so we're here for game 4. Lester is on the play. He has chosen to keep his 7. I have a 1-land hand with no mana elves. I'm in a mulligan. This will be something I also need a mulligan. Or that Gaea's Cradle. Yeah, I mean, it's not like if I drew a forest. This would be 5 cards. The 4-card hand better. Like, I need to draw forest for this hand to do anything. And even then, Quirion Ranger is probably not like the best. Yes, I'll mulligan. Okay. Yep. Keep this. Okay, so I'm gonna put a symbiote and a mana elf. And then I need to put one more. Symbiote. Llanowar. Kind of like if I put the creature that I don't have anything for survival, or if I don't if I put back the land, then if my Fyndhorn Elves gets removed, then I could be in trouble. Guess I'm more likely to draw a creature than a land. I think. I don't actually know. I think that's the distribution. Yeah, there's like 34 creatures, so okay. Alright. We'll see as the 4-card hand. I mean, like, far 4-card hands go. This is pretty good. So it's unfortunate that we had to mulligan that much to get there, but I mean, this hand, I could definitely see this hand winning. I guess it depends. There's no turn 1 lackey. Okay. Even if this elf gets removed, it's not the end of the world. I guess it's kind of hard for him to remove it if he doesn't have a goblin in play. Okay, well. Alright. Found a way to kill Sharpshooter. Might be difficult to get there. Failed survival. So he's gonna shoot my elf next turn. Do I want to activate Masticore? Like, what am I gonna get? I guess I'd get Squee. But I mean, like, there's a potential that I might want to just draw 2 more lands and just like play out a Masticore. I guess it's gonna be difficult to like keep it around. I guess I'll get Squee. I do have the second Masticore, so eventually I'll be able to get that if necessary. So. Right. So now we gotta figure out a situation that says he has an active Sharpshooter. How we're gonna kill his, which I think is pretty difficult. I mean, Masticore might be the answer. Yeah, so this might be a tricky situation. I feel like a lot of this matchup comes down to just Sharpshooter from either side and whether you can keep it alive. Right, he'll have a War Chief. And he'll hit me for 2. Alright, Quirion Ranger, so let's survival. You get like a Quirion Ranger because it like can stay in play and will get me another land. Then I could get a Masticore. I also could get like Anger and then Sharpshooter, but it's unlikely. Like with if he just always keeps his untapped. So let's see if I guess it's then a little bit awkward because he like can't blink first. Like if mine has haste, then I can like shoot down all his 1 toughness creatures. Maybe that's an option. I don't really want to get red though, because I still want to use survival a bunch, but I guess I still might get Granger. So if I have how much mana do I have? 1 additional mana right now, and I still can get another forest or mountain. I'm gonna get Hager. Guess there's no real reason to be doing this on my turn. And unless I'm supposed to get like a creature that I don't want to draw. Or I could get Sharpshooter. Look at the Sharpshooter now. And now I have the option at the end of turn to either get a forest or a mountain. If I could shoot down, like if he has more one tough creatures, I could shoot down his one tough creatures. Or we're just kind of at a standstill. If we're at a standstill, then if I'm able to play something like Quirion Ranger, then I kind of break that standstill that I'm able to. I have to shoot first, then he shoots. I could respond. That would give me a leg up. Yeah, so I guess this mountain. Maybe I do want a mountain. Alright, do we have a Siege Gang Commander? Yeah, I guess that would be a little awkward because then if I don't draw like a forest, then he can just be like, yeah, I'm fine with untapping with a Siege Gang Commander in play. We'll see what he has. Alright, looks like we're going for a Goblin Ringleader. Okay. He is flipped. Siege Gang Commander. Log Fanatic. Log Fanatic's pretty good here. Pyrokinesis goes to the bottom. That's a card to the note, and then Wasteland also. Yeah, Mog Fanatic kind of causes troubles. Hmm. Yeah, if he just plays Mog Fanatic, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Alright, we got 2 mana. Is that another? Okay, a mate. Huh. I think knowing that I had a Sharpshooter. We'll see how this goes. I really would like to draw a forest or a mountain. So I'm not going to crack the foothills. If I have another source, then I can go Sharpshooter. It would have haste. Then I can play Quirion Ranger. And it basically forces him to use his Sharpshooter, in which I could respond with my Sharpshooter and shoot down. I guess I would only get his 1-drops. He gets another Sharpshooter. So yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm in some deep trouble here, but well, we'll play a turn or two more, see how it goes. Quirion Ranger. Oh. Let's look here. Don't think there's really any good options. And maybe like if I had some sort of board presence, then like Caller of the Claw could do something, but I just seem way too far behind here. I'll just get another Sharpshooter. I pretty much conceded. I guess maybe I shouldn't have told him that I had two, but we'll see. I don't think from this board state, I don't think I can do anything. All right, Sea Chain comes down. Got 1 mana. I'm sure he just kills me this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. And then he would have Sharpshooter for 11, Mog Fanatic for 12. Sharpshooter for 13. So even if he didn't have this land, I think he'd be fine. I guess it would have been 14 if you get to attack with Mog Fanatic before he sacrificed it. Alright, so let's go to game 5. So I mean, we did see like he's very heavy on the sharpshooter plan, but like I just don't like it that much. I mean, I just feel like if you're already ahead, maybe it's just worth the one random card. Like it's not the worst card to draw. All right, I will take out. I like all these other cards though. Take out a Multani's Acolyte. All right. All right, we're here for game 5. We get to be on the play. So we have a Llanowar Elves with a Tangle Wire. But beyond that, if like that Llanowar Elves gets removed, our hand's like pretty awkward. But I'm gonna keep this. It's like I can't just mulligan every hand thinking like, oh, I need my Llanowar Elves to live. I'm afraid of Mog Fanatic. Lester's mulligan to 6. Mulligan 5, so I guess it's his turn to do a bunch of mulliganing. Let's see if he's happy with the 5 or if he's gonna go down to 4 like I did. 5 cards he's kept. Okay. So Llanowar Elves we will start with. I mean, if this stays alive and we're able to play Tangle Wire, I have to imagine we're in pretty good shape. Right, there's a lackey, so I guess it's like one time where you're actually cheering for the lackey. Yeah, I guess there's a. I thought about like maybe playing the Priest of Titania, but it's gotta be better to put out the Tangle Wire. A wasteland, so that will take care of my Gaea's Cradle. Okay, so this will go down to 3. Okay. Another Tangle Wire. So yeah, I think I just play this Gaea's Cradle and just run out this Priest. I mean, I don't really want to lose it, but it also makes him lose a mana, and like Priest of Titania makes 2 mana right now, so it's like what other spot am I gonna? I guess I could wait a few turns and then my Tangle Wire's less, but I think I'm okay with this. This will go down to 2, and yeah, so I'll have access to 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. Okay. Okay, so alright, so this Llanowar Elves is basically free, so I could just play another Tangle Wire. I think I'm gonna do that. Or I could play Masticore. Tap 2 permanents. What would he need to have? Like a shatter effect? I guess I'll just play the Tangle Wire. I think that's safer play. So I'll have to tap 4 permanents next turn. I'll have access to 5 mana. I could play like Deranged Hermit, or if I draw another land, I could use Masticore. Okay. Ooh, the fading cards first. I don't know if it's better to tap an elf or whatnot. Okay, so I play Llanowar Elves, I'll have 4, 5. I think I just play Deranged Hermit. And then play the Masticore next turn. So he still has to tap 3. Yeah, but the Deranged Hermit's like pretty good. Like he can have like a mountain. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the ranged play. I guess if he's like mountain and well, if he had mountain and ancient tomb untapped and then he played a sharpshooter, then I could just respond to Masticore. So play Deranged. Okay. Think I'm interested in playing Echo. I guess maybe I don't. So if I want to use Masticore, but like keeping around 2/2s is pretty good. All right, so oh, I should have. Might have screwed this up that I might have been able to tap this one with no fading counters on it. Or does it have one still? I think it has none. Alright, still in play. So it had one at the beginning, okay. So he's gonna have to tap 2 permanent. I think I just keep it around. I do have one. I guess maybe I didn't want to play the force because of Masticore. 2, 3, 4. I mean, I could still play it and then I'll just like activate it and then attack for 9, and then just like whatever he has. I'm gonna do that. Like I don't see how he beats me from this position. So I get to attack for 9, and I get to get rid of his lackey. My Massacre is gonna die, but like I would get an activation. So if he has any goblins, I guess he could have pyrokinesis. But I think he would have done that already. I guess let's attack first. Yeah, I'm gonna go for this. This definitely was a Tangle Wire game. I mean, yeah, so I guess he needs like Pyroclasm. Alright. The Tangle Wire Prison deck, which I turned into game 5, was enough, so that was a pretty interesting match between the Goblins and the Survival Elves. I think a lot of it does come down to the importance of Goblin Sharpshooter. So if you're playing Goblins and you're planning on facing this Elf deck, which I think has been pretty good and consistent and probably will be an increasing part of the metagame, I would have access to multiple sharpshooters. That would be my recommendation. But you definitely can still lose to an opponent if they get the sharpshooter down first. But the Goblin deck at least has a lot of ways to remove it with like Mog Fanatic and Gentleman's. So if you enjoyed the video, give a like. Please follow if you haven't. You can comment below if you want to see certain matchups. But until next time, thanks for watching and take care.